Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock markets, help you understand which way the markets went today, as well as where were the gains and losses seen, and what really happened to your investments in the stock markets. Well, it was a day of full bloodbath on the D Street, a Wednesday, a truncated week, and the RBI shocker that killed the investor sentiment. In fact, investors lost over 6 lakh crore rupees worth of wealth in today's trading session, as through the day we were seeing very heightened volatility, a surprise move by the RBI to hike the repo rate by 40 basis points and to hike the CRR, the cash reserve ratio, by 50 basis points, hinting at the reversal of the easy monetary policy that was going on since March of 2020, and now is when the RBI has reversed the rate cycle as well. Now, this is, of course, at the back of the rising inflation, the concerns over geopolitical tensions, and the impact that could have on the global economic growth as well as Indian growth as well. And the RBI has finally bitten the bullet to hike the repo rate. All of those people who were talking about how RBI is behind the curve, the RBI has taken this decision in between two policies after the April policy, but gauging the current global scenario, the RBI has come out with this bold step as well. Now, what has really this led to in the stock markets? We saw Sensex slipping by over 1,300 points in today's trading session. The Nifty also slipping below the 16,700 mark as well. Now, when you talk about the kind of move on the percentage terms, we have seen it's an over 2.2% cut for both the benchmarks. Broader markets also have slipped in tandem. Mid and small caps both losing over 2% in trade. All of the 15 sector gauges on the NSE have slipped into the red today, with consumer durables, metals, financial services underperforming the index by as much as over 3% in trade today. Talk about stock specific moves. Apollo Hospitals was the top loser. Stock cracked almost 7% to just over 4,000 rupees. Adani Ports, Hindalco, Titan, Bajaj Finance also among the big losers on the index as well. Now, when you talk about the overall market breadth, that has stood negative, as 864 shares were seen advancing while 2,508 shares were seen declining on the Bombay Stock Exchange as well. Talk about the 30 share index. You had the likes of Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Finance, Titan, IndusInd Bank, HDFC Bank, Reliance Industries, Asian Paints, Maruti, Dr. Reddy's, and Axis Bank as among the top laggards on the Sensex index as well. On the gaining side, very far and few between stocks in the likes of Power Grid, NTPC, Kotak Mahindra Bank leading the stock markets in the green as well. But of course, the big part of the news today was also the mega LIC IPO that is finally open for subscription. And as of 3:30 p.m., we have actually seen the public issue getting subscribed almost zero point 0.5 times in today's. The first day as well. As we speak, we've also seen the policyholder quota getting fully subscribed over 1.66 times, the retail portion also getting handsomely subscribed as well, and investors really perhaps there is a buzz that investors perhaps pulled out the money from the secondary market to put it in the primary market as well. That also could have led to the sharp fall in the stock markets as well. Of course, apart from this, we also know that the markets are tracking the kind of moves that we are seeing on the global markets, which are also on a dicey wicket. The RBI's move has come just before the outcome of US Fed's scheduled monetary policy review, which is due later in the day, and there is a slight volatility in the global markets because of that too, because of higher anticipation of higher rate hikes coming in on the US from the US Fed as well. And of course, that also has been a key indicator of how the stock markets moved in today's trading session too. Of course, most of the experts have been looking at this kind of a move that we saw today, saying that this could be actually taken in the positive stride today as well. But we'll have to see whether the stock market investors' sentiment really comes back into shape today, and going forward from here, whether investors really return to the stock markets with more focus. But a whole lot of stocks today were down in the red. Stocks at 52-week lows included Future Retail, Jubilant Foodworks, Infibeam Avenues, Vardhaman Textiles, all of these stocks as well. Although experts do say that the rate hike was anticipated, the sudden announcement has been creating this knee jerk reaction today. The global markets are trading cautiously. Vinod Nair does believe that there could be a 50 basis point hike even in the even from US Fed, that could further lead to some jitters coming in into the Indian markets going forward from here as well. But overall speaking, a very tough day for the stock market investors. 6 lakh crore rupees wiped off in just today's trading session.